When you want to step up to the level of being the most visible, the most valuable international candidate, you must know that this sometimes takes you out of your comfort zone. If you're going to work with me, you're going to go out of your comfort zone. In fact, it will require you perform at a higher level to be attractive and visible to ideal international employers. Now, for this, you will need to step through some thresholds. These are usually barriers for most candidates who are already valuable, but unwilling to step up and show who they truly are and what they can bring. In this video, I will explain those 3 thresholds, value thresholds, that you'll need to step through to perform and be visible at the level where international employers will sit up, take notice of you, and you can attract offers instead of chasing them. I'm Zarélsie, an international career strategist and migration mentor. And during the last few decades, I have helped international candidates globally secure their offshore roles, and most of the time in opportunities that are never advertised, and becoming the most visible, most valuable candidates being approached by these employers. So in this video, let's take a look at the 3 value thresholds that you will need to step through to become that coveted, headhunted international candidate that is approached by international employers. Number 1, the demonstrable value threshold. Now here, if you consider yourself and your contribution to be of high value, and you are confident that you can stand out from other mediocre candidates, then you'll be stepping through the threshold where you are proudly proclaiming your worth, the value of your work, and willing to demonstrate your value in your online profile. Not everyone is willing to do this. This is where you must be able to showcase what you can do with your skills. You will need to demonstrate how you have utilized your skills and experience to contribute to your previous roles and how this has added value to existing or previous employers. Now, candidates who are willing to step through this demonstrable value threshold will have multiple instances of excellence demonstrated on LinkedIn in their featured and project sections, and maybe in other things. Here are a few examples. Here is Teresa showcasing in her featured sections some of her involvement in different projects and different collaborations, and thus showcasing her skill and also showing a reward. Here is JD Bice showing his skills in his featured section in terms of his niche. And here is Frans showing not only his skills, but also his accomplishments in terms of how he implements projects and some awards. And in his project section, there is more information about his individual projects because he is a project manager, where he gives some details of his projects. Then it brings us to threshold number 2, the visibility threshold. Now, this is where you, as a top candidate, is not afraid to be seen. This means you're willing to build that audience of 100 to 500 powerful LinkedIn connections inside your ideal employers. You're willing to ask for connections, introduce yourself, feel confident about yourself, engage and interact with your power connections, and also build some relationships and build some trust. This is where referrals and recommendations usually start to happen. Your confidence shows through in your network and amplifies your voice and your visibility. Which brings us to value threshold number 3, your credibility threshold. The credibility threshold has to do with your ability to come across as an authority in your niche or your specialization. This is where you portray yourself as an authority, as a specialist, not as a generalist, not as a jack of all trades. This is where you are not afraid to show your knowledge and specialization, and you post about your skill, you contribute information and insights about your niche, and you are seen as a valid, knowledge, and credible candidate. So here is an example of how Rogeshni has been able to create massive visibility with her posts after she built a fantastic network and was able to contribute her knowledge, and it was seen by a large number of hiring managers in her niche. So when you work with international candidates, when I work with international candidates, I find the ideal employers, find what these employers want, and build a value profile for them. Then I help them to get in front of these employers with visibility strategies that do not include applying for jobs online. So if you're interested in this alternative approach to show your value, approach that has a much higher return on investment than applying for jobs online and works well from a distance, there is a link below this video to book a free strategy consultation with me. Now, please note, it will help immensely if you know your eligibility and are document-ready, eligible immigrant job seeker. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care.